Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello, y'all. Red O'Loughlin here. We're on the Corner Bookstore on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. My guest today is Robert J. Moore. He's been with me before, but he has a brand new book out. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But I'm not doing TV shows, and today I'm doing 3 shows back to back to back. I research. I research the human body at the cellular level, chemically speaking. I look for cause and effect relationships. Treat a cause, generally you can fix a problem. Treat symptoms, and you'll never fix a problem. And the problem could get worse, and you never know. So that's what I do. I write about it. I speak about it. I author books on it. I also help people as a book coach and a publisher. And I have a new book myself coming out this summer called Aging Sucks. And I'm looking at the hallmarks of aging, the hallmarks of health, and the pathways of disease, and what you can do to have better health later on in life. That's enough about me. Let's get to Robert J. Moore. Robert, please join me up here on stage.
How you doing, buddy?
Excellent as always.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
You have a new book coming out. Tell me about it.
You know what? I sat there and thought to myself, okay, I've been doing coaching for a long time, and I was a publisher. I sold that business, and I started off doing next level coaching. So I was coaching. I mean, I've helped out some of the most legendary people out there and been on stages with them. And I said to myself, I think it's time for a change. I don't know why. Sometimes we just feel that it needs to be changed. So I'm retiring from coaching. I mean, I have a package out there, do 1 more year. People can hire me for and get my all. And I mean my all of everything, right from streets to Forbes, Guinness World Records and everything else. They can learn how to do all that through my coaching for $5,000 a year. That's it, $5,000. I normally charge $125,000. So I'm only doing 1 more year to give it all. I want to help more people. I'm at probably about 500,000 people I've already helped. Here's the book. It's I want people to stay ahead 5 years in advance. I want people to think ahead of the game. Now, this AI is coming out like crazy. When it's coming out, guess what? People are going to be stuck behind, and they're not going to know how to do automation, not going to know how to do this, do that. They want more freedom. They want more space in their life. Well, I did this book. It's not just a readable book. It's a hands-on material. It teaches you how to do it. It walks you right through how to do it. And that's the best part of it.
So you're talking about using AI as a business, or are you talking about using AI as an author, or both?
No, it's as a business, but it's the book is literally the book is. It's an automation book that teaches you how to do things. It's a walkthrough process.
Okay.
It's not just a readable book. It teaches you how to put that stuff out there in your business.
Okay, it's your own personal workshop behind you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 years. I know in the last 5 years, AI has just really exploded. And it's going to, I'm sure, continue to explode. So your thought process in saying 5 years, why 5, why not 2, with the things going on nowadays, how things are just...
all through coaching, everybody's always said, where do you want to be in 5 years? That's one of the favorite rules. So I just figure, you know what, that sticks with people. Why not put that? It could be a year or 2 advance. It could be anything in advance. But I like to say 5 years in advance because I like to always do 2030, 2031. And that's where I like to put the picture at. When people are sitting there looking at this book and they're reading this book and they're doing the automations or implementing all the stuff that's in there with their business, they're not going to stay behind. They're going to move forward.
Okay. So not only are they ahead, they're going to continue to stay ahead because of
Yeah.
what you're doing. Okay, got you. So it's not just here's for 5 years from now. No, this is 5 years and on, and keeps growing.
I've grown 5 years. I mean, for one, I mean, I got certified Harvard X for AI. And I'll tell you right now, when I got certified 2022, I just started building systems, started building things, and I think I've done over 800 agents that I built in different websites and tested them before I even told people that I'm going to be doing it. Because I don't like to go to an empty baseball field when nobody's there. You know what I mean? I like to make sure I got things already structured before I tell people. It's not like crying wolf.
Okay, I usually ask people when they start writing and all that. We did that last time. So when did you actually start writing this book? I mean, it's
This one here. I think it was just before Christmas. I did it in 5 hours. I wrote it in 5 hours. We edited it in 2 weeks. It was out and about. Probably within a month after that.
okay. So you have a first time, and I usually ask. This is a silly question, but I usually ask. Robert, do you use AI in your book? And I could tell you right now, literally 100% of people say, no, I don't. And I think they get confused. I said, well, you don't use spell checker or anything like, oh yeah, I use that. And they don't understand that, grammar checkers and all the rest of that stuff is AI. And they're thinking, well, I had AI give me some research. Well, it's still your own intellectual property. But I'm with you using AI and talking about AI. How much did you research AI? 5 hours doesn't sound like much at all. You just kind of sat down and.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've certified in AI 2022. I've been using AI and I've been restructuring it and testing it out since then. So in order to put the theories that I put in together, not just theories or facts, the actual structure of this book, I knew off by heart. Like I could teach it.
Okay, and that's kind of a good place to be.
Yeah, I like to practice things before I put it out there. Like I said, I mean, you can't go in an empty kitchen and look for food if there's nothing there.
I use AI almost on a daily basis. We have good conversations. I have about a 2-page prompt that I use for doing some of my research for the human body. And then all of a sudden I find myself, well, what about this? What about that? And he finally comes back and gives me some information. I said, why didn't you give me that when I asked you originally? And then I said, go back and readjust the prompt to include this the next time. And I've done that 4 times now in the last, 2 months, where I had to have him go back in and update based on the fact that, I don't want protection. I want facts. You give me what I need. Don't protect me. I will make the decision on what I want to put out, but you tell me what I have. So we finally got the thing down pretty well. And it's one of those things you can tell it to improve itself. Do you do that at all?
Well, I trained mine. Now, see, the thing is, I may use ChatGPT for certain things, but I have my own system. I built my own system. Right beside me, I have a workstation. I actually built it all for AI. I have it on solar. I have it on its own internet. I use the API. I don't pay for anything no more. All the stuff I use, like I built my own coding system. So I trained it with my own brain and trained it in there, just like Next Level AI Coaching. That Next Level AI Coaching, I sat down and I used this book as a structure for that because of the stuff I learned. And all the 15 years of coaching I did, I actually put it into a Next Level AI Coaching online because a lot of people can't afford me. And that's why I wanted to retire, is put myself out there so people can get that help at a cheaper price. So I sat there before I did all this. I had ChatGPT, I had Gemini, I had Claude, I had DeepSeek. I had all of them question me. I had them all in different sections on the computer. They all question me for 8 hours a day on business and structuring businesses and how I do things, how I think. I had to put all my books in there. They all had to analyze all the stuff, and then we put it in as a brain. So it's right strict. If you try and lure off, it brings you right back. So anything I do, I train it to. It doesn't lure off, doesn't hallucinate or anything.
As I'm going to say literally the expert in the room, which you are, what would you recommend to people as far as using it? And I'm talking authors today because we're on a book show. How could an author, a new author, or even experienced author, how can they use AI to better their product, their final book?
It depends what they're looking for. They're looking for marketing. They're looking for SEO system. What are they looking for? I mean, they're looking to reach more websites. Are they looking for more people just to go on their site? Are they looking for more people to read their book? What are they looking for? It depends what they're looking for. There's all different things you can do. You can actually grab this book. Now, listen, when you look at this book, it's not just 5 years ahead. The subheader for it is how entrepreneurs build a future before everyone else wakes up. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be the person waking up at the end. You want to do your automation. You want to sleep better. You want to do an automation. I have automation going on Facebook, all the different social medias. I set it up for a year in advance and it automatically goes out daily.
You mentioned SEO a minute ago. AEO and GEO seem to be coming into vogue.
Well, SEO is a thing of the past, right?
So what do you recommend about AEO, GEO, or something I don't even know about?
Well, I mean, you can actually look at that. I just rather put an agent out there and let them do all the work for themselves. You know what I mean? I did over 800 agents. I just rather them do all the work. And then, I mean, basically they're the same thing. All they do is look for the taglines that you put in there, and they're searching the internet, and it just continuously scans and just brings people to your site. That's really all it is.
Now, one of the things I've been working with my AI is how do I market myself better? Now, I used to say, you start writing a book, start marketing same day. I'm starting to get the opinion now that I'd rather drip for a couple, 3 months on a daily basis to market myself, to get people really enthused and knowledgeable about what I'm putting out. And so right now I have a book coming out this summer, Aging Sucks. It's a very technical book, talks about the various causes of aging and what you can do to accelerate or decelerate. So now I'm putting out literally a daily blurb in a lot of different social media places, my website, and a couple other places I place articles. So I'm kind of inundating the system just a drop at a time, telling people what they can expect. And so I look at the AEO part of it. They say, if there's a question, that's what they want. They want answers. That's the A part of that thing. I say, okay, fine. So I structure all my headings, my topics that have a question in it. And I try to throw some questions in the middle of my text. So if somebody's out there looking, Google, now I have the question marks that they're looking for. Okay, fine. But the GEO, they're looking for citations and other things to give you some credibility and authority. And so I said, okay, fine. And then I've been using Grammarly for years. I don't know if you do or not, but
I don't need Grammarly. I have my AI do all my stuff too at the same time. But I used to use that Ray at the way beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's I used another one I actually have. I own 100% of it. It's it's almost like the exact same thing, but it's a little better, right? And it's been out for years too. It's I can't remember what it's called. But I don't use it anymore. It's what I used a while ago.
Well, like I say, I started putting some stuff out. So I, do my standard, spell check, and I said, let me go ahead and use Grammarly. And I use
that's called Pro Writing Aid. Pardon me, Pro Writing Aid.
Pro Writing
Aid.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one there. I bought a lifetime of that one a while ago. It's really, really good. It's compared a little better than Grammarly.
Well, apparently Grammarly has added a major AI source to it, because now it does you put your text in there, and you typically just, okay, give me the grammar and syntax, diction, punctuation, spelling, etc. Thank you very much. But now they do AI detection, AI evaluation, proofreading.
You want to make sure you're not using anybody else's work. So
yeah. No, they have a humanizer, or if you want a scholarly, or anyway, they can give you different levels of how to write. But one of the things I liked about it has a citation finder. So since I do a lot of technical stuff, it'll go to PubMed or whoever else has something out there and put something in there, just insert whatever the appropriate citation is. It has a fact checker and comes back and says, well, this hasn't really been verified according to whatever. And so it'll give you a weasel word around to say, yeah, that's what it says, but we don't know for certain. Has a plagiarism checker, has an authorship. Anyway, I was just blown away with all it does. And it's click, 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 boom. It makes all the changes. And then you still have the final version that, okay, do I want this or not? So from that perspective, I think it offers an author a lot of material, that a lot of options that they hadn't even been considering before. So
well, I'm glad you mentioned about the humanization part of it, because to be honest with you, one thing that people don't realize is when they did this, because too many people are at school, they're writing things through ChatGPT, through Claude, through DeepSeek, through all the rest of them. They're writing through them and using that as paperwork to send in. What you don't realize is hidden behind the scenes there, if they run it through, they can actually see that it's plagiarized through ChatGPT or wherever it is, because it has certain identities in it, hidden in it. And I found out that the hard way when I did that, because I wanted to write, so I was testing, I was doing a lot of testing, right? And then it was like the government said, okay, well, you can't use that. We're going to charge you with this. We're going to charge it. Well, I was just testing something, right? And I was just making sure it actually worked. And yeah, it worked. But I mean, there's like spaces in there and everything else. It's hard to identify what's in there. So if you use the human work, it'll identify as a human.
Yeah. And as you're talking about, there's certain things, because one of the checks that I do is that what are phrases that AI typically uses, and it'll point it out and say, here's what AI typically uses. Here are some options that are available that are not necessarily identifiable with AI. Okay. Yeah. So I make a change here, there, yonder. So I find it to be very, very helpful for my writing, because I do my research that way. I verify the stuff. I usually end up, doing a lot more stuff outside of it, but it's the beginning. And I find that it gives me stuff, but it doesn't give me everything I want. And I got to keep asking it. It's not as complete as people think. It's not the answer, but it's close.
If you train it, like I've been going since 2022, right? So I mean, I've trained the ChatGPT, DeepSeek, all the different ones in one. I have my own coder. I built my own coder on my own desktop. I do all my own coding now to build the websites. I do, all the Python style and things that I use. I trained it all to not go this way or that way. I trained it to focus on what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, it's still got its hiccups. I mean, it's going to.
Yeah, and I know
there's no motion to it.
First couple of times I said, edit this, and it took, 4 or 5 pages down to 2 paragraphs, because it was basically a summary as opposed to an edit. And so I had to say,
I won't say I didn't cuss and swear a few times. I'll tell you that right now. It sure showed me an angry side of me at first when it started. Wow.
And so then okay, fine, there has to be a better. So I asked, tell me, this is what I want, diction, syntax, punctuation, spelling, etc. Give me a prompt for this. And now I have like a paragraph prompt that I can use it to edit. But when I got done, I said, proofread it for 7th grade level. And that way it comes back and do something else. And then I used to put it into Grammarly for the humanizing part of it. But now that does a lot of the other things too, far better than the Chat GPT can do for me. So anyway, it's something that I'm using, daily for just, it makes my world so much easier.
It's true. I mean, if you can, a lot of people aren't savvy towards it though. That's the problem. I got a few of my friends, like I have an AI site on Facebook, and they say, don't invite me to it. I mean, like, you invited me to it, but don't invite me to it, because I don't understand the AI, and so once you give it a chance, it's, I'm never going to use it in my field. And they're an instructor, and said, it very possibly could. I said, my business, I just put in the AI, and it's doing all the work for me. Now it's in like 20,000 different places right now being sold. You know what I mean? I said, that was my second one I did. The first one was AI Team, Next Level AI Team, which you know about. The second one was Next Level AI Coaching, and I got 5 other ones on the go right now being ready to be released.
We're getting ready to go to break here in just a few seconds, but when I was doing some research on you, you used the term scalable AI infrastructure. And I'd like to kind of go down that road just a little bit to understand the scalable part and what you're talking about, which is infrastructure. So when we come back from the break, I like to discuss that topic.
Yep.
Is
We'll
it
be
true?
back very shortly.
Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover Holy but Harmful: The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
Brett O'Loughlin here. We're on the Corner Bookstore on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. My guest today is Robert J. Moore. Robert, please join me back up here on stage. Welcome back. Anyway, scalable AI infrastructure. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, if you have a business that's stuck, we all want to scale that business, right? So when I'm looking at the infrastructure, I mean, you're looking at execution, looking at positioning, you're looking at, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? So even in my book, it talks about, the book's moves behind hype. So, I mean, when you're talking about doing something, the book actually walks you through things that you maybe don't know how to do. Like, hey, don't be scared of AI when it comes to it. You can do the automation. It'll walk you through the AI automation and walk you through the terms of the stuff. There's a whole bunch of terms that people don't understand, and this walks you right through it. So the intelligent AI is a real world operation in marketing, sales, customer experience, and decision making. But when you want to improve your performance over time, how do you do it? It's like baby steps. You have to take baby steps in order to get there. So when people look at a book, they say, oh, it's just a read, it's just another AI thing. No, mine's not. Mine's not about just another AI. Mine's taken away that theory of a book. It's a business automation book. It's an infrastructure. It's a manual for the future to help you out to get your stuff further ahead.
Okay, and so it's both personal and business.
It is, yes. It's how to shift power, leverage big teams to decision individuals. I mean, you could have an individual person and be that team. Like I always joke around with people. I sit there and say, and I got right into the conversation. I made them feel bad, like guilty or that, and that make them have the emotions. Sit there and say, oh well, I had to fire a whole system, a whole team of mine, and I get it right into it, why and everything else, and then I come up and say, well, that team was called Team of Excuses. And they're like, oh, but we thought that was something different. We thought you fired a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? No, it's the same thing as this. It's excuses. Why we don't do something is we make something up in our mind, or we hear something that someone else said. It didn't work for them, so now we don't think it's going to work for us.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, I was involved with my wife in a multi-level marketing program. And all the training that I ever got in my life, military, school, companies, was all how to be a better employee with regard to whatever I was doing. And then all of a sudden, I'm introduced to how to improve yourself. And I think for the next, I read a book a week for about the next 3.5 years on various aspects of things to at least make up for something I hadn't had before. But we don't think a lot about us being a system that needs improvement. And AI is a perfect place to go to learn and I mean, I'm almost tongue-tied with regard to, just the stuff here that I'm doing lately with marketing myself for my new book coming out. That's something I would never have done before. And I wouldn't even have preached it, but now I'm giving a credibility and authority class to another networking group. And so we're talking about how do you use all this. So last month I talked about, 2 parallel trains, marketing and writing. And now I'm going to go back next month and I'm going to say, not so fast. Maybe we want to start the marketing train first and then the author train. And this is the reason why. So I think that I'm in constant learning. I'm sure you are too. It's just we don't think about improving ourselves. We just kind of accept what's there. And as you talked about, the team of excuses, I think that's really neat.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, when I was doing the coaching, I had a lot of people come to me. On the average, I got an average of people connecting that can see my stuff, about 200,000 people. And I got tired. I felt like I was chasing people. I felt like I was chasing people to work with them. I was giving them excuses why they were doing this and doing that, but they were real tangible things, but they found it as excuses. So, and I said to myself, what, like, I don't have nothing to prove to you. If you want to work with me, you do. If you don't, I'm not going to lower my money down because I'm not going to lower me down. You know, I mean, a lot of people that come in, they go, oh, I'm charging 125,000. You're only charging 5,000 this time. This is a going away present to me. You know what I mean? And to other people, I want to give my all to other people so they can start teaching other people. I don't want to just say, okay, well, I'm going to quit. I'm retiring from coaching and not teach people. If it's publishing, I can teach it. I've been to the top. I've been there. I've done it. The books, I do that. I do all the stuff that you can name it. And I've been there. I mean, I've been on stage with these top people. I've coached Les Brown's daughter for 3 years. Dr. Joe Vitale's ex-wife, I coached for a year. Many others, right from the ground up.
We think about AI a lot of times in just basically text mode, but they actually can do generation of pictures and voices and movies. I mean, I saw one the other night. It says, Tokyo night, raining, young lady, red dress, black high heels, and they gave me like a 90-second video of nothing but whatever was specified in that. Boom, it's there. Where's the movie industry going if all this thing is you can bring back literally anybody you want? But I use it.
I did a song the other day about things I do in life. I mean, I've had people do songs for me, literally go out of the way and take months to do. This one took 4 minutes. I put the information in. You can actually go on to Notebook LM and actually put all your stuff in there, and they can actually do a deep dive in your life.
I'm starting to use that now. The last probably 2 weeks, I've been actively learning and using it. So I'm using that as probably the basis of my Aging Sucks book that's coming out.
It's good. You know what? I threw all my stuff in there, and you wouldn't believe the results I got for doing a deep dive of me. Hanging with the bikers and the mafia and all the jail time and all the stuff I did as a drunk and alcoholic, 20 years clean sober. Thank God today, just let people know. It's amazing the results I'm getting out of this. But there's a lot of the stuff I slough off with it because it does do hiccups. I'm not going to lie. It does do hallucinations. It feels like it has its ups and downs. It's not perfect. But who else? Are we perfect? We're not perfect. We make mistakes. So you just got to take what comes and goes. You just got to feel what's right. You got to understand. You got to read it. You got to go with it. I put a song together the other day on, was it sumo.com? And that's SUMO.com. I did a beautiful song the other day. I did it for free. I just put the things in there I wanted to, like soft rock, come out perfect about my life. Perfect, because I went in ChatGPT, put a bunch of stuff in there. I said, look, do a song about this. You know what I mean? And it came out, and it was perfect. It's beautiful. I even sent it to some elderly people that know me, and they said, there's a beautiful song.
Wow.
My wife, she's very critical of things I do. She doesn't understand the stuff I do, and she actually liked it.
Wow. I use it to generate book covers. I put one out, and I said, I need 5 book covers. And I got 5, 1850s West Texas single. I gave up, and so I sent it back to the author. I said, pick them. He said they like B and C. Okay, fine. Now I can take that, send that to a designer, and say, here's the basis. Here's the rest of the details that we need on the cover. And so it generates the research that you need to have something to start with. So whether it's an image, a video, a song, it gives you a place to start. And that's the part that I find just to be absolutely amazing. Even today, I throw something, okay, wow. But I have to keep, as you say, okay, why did you not give that to me when I asked you the first time? And it's pretty honest back with me. It's it's not, I said, I don't care.
You gotta learn how to ask it right. I'll tell you right now, because you can overcomplicate things. Well, asking for something, it will do exactly what you ask, and then you'll sit there and say, "Well, how come you didn't teach this way here?" Because they said we didn't ask for that way. it's a lot more simpler. It would have been a lot more faster. It would have been a lot more of a prompt, easier to deal with, but you never asked it.
Yeah. And you usually ask a generic, what causes Alzheimer's? Okay. I get some, well, what about this? What about that? Well, yeah, and they get, okay, what else is out? And they don't, they go and they look at certain things and they kind of make a rational judgment. Should I share this or not? That's my guess. And once I told it, I'll take my own responsibility for being embarrassed if I put something out there. Don't you worry about me. I will worry about me. Then I started getting better information. Still don't get everything, but I get good information.
A lot further ahead than what you were before, right?
Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah. If I had to go on Google and start doing all this stuff, again, I can ask the question, what about uric acid and Alzheimer's? Okay, here's a study. Okay, well, why didn't you tell me that earlier? Because when I asked you, Google, you didn't tell me that. I expect it out of ChatGPT, but I don't expect it out of Google because they give you the standard. They don't give you whatever. But it's like I came across this thing called intermittent hypoxia, where you breathe out and you hold the breath out of you. You don't breathe back in. And I've talked about that before. It's interesting. But here's about a dozen things that helps you health-wise. When you do that, you start building up carbon dioxide on the inside. Your oxygen levels go down. Your body responds because it's now panicking, and it actually has a lot of health benefits from it. And so I said, well, why did you not tell me about that earlier? And so again, it's not the mainstream stuff. It's there, but if you don't know how to ask for it, it doesn't pop up.
Anyway, true.
It's frustrating at times, but I guess I expect too much from it.
You know what? Like I said, expectations will kill us, right?
They are.
And a lot of us get resentments towards ChatGPT or whatever system you're using. Like I could name a whole whackload that I use, but I'm just using ChatGPT because it's more well known. Like people don't know DeepSeek, people don't know Gemini as well, or the new one, the free one they got coming out is Google. Was it Google? I was just using Sprint or Split or something. I can't remember. I was just using it the other day for a test. But I mean, people will get mad at it, get resentment towards. Remember, it doesn't have an emotion, first of all. Second of all, when you have any kind of resentment towards anybody else, it's like pissing down your own leg. You're the only one that feels it.
And again, you're not asking the right question. Why would you be pissed? And
I mean, who's at fault here?
And so that's kind of the way again, it's a learning mode. I'm learning. It doesn't understand. I have to train it for what my needs are.
That's why I said since 2022, I've been working with it, but I haven't told. Nobody knew I was actually doing AI until recently, maybe the last 6 months. That's 2026 now. That's like 4 years. You know what I mean? So I've been working with it and putting it out. So last year I put the first one out, the Next Level AI team. Right? There's 8 different agents in there that work with you. That'll even help people with their book, the marketing, and everything else. And straight out forward. And then I started coming out with other stuff. So I got 2 out of 7 I got done. I'm at 92 to 97% done. All the rest of them that I'm going to be putting out. But you see, the thing is, if you don't work with it and train it and you get to know your style, it won't go with the flow. But the problem is now what they're starting to do is Google and all the rest of them, they're starting to actually lessen the brain recovery of their side so they don't remember as much at the conversations. So you basically you get mad because, well, how do you not remember? I was just talking to you. Well, they don't have a memory. They don't have that memory capacity because too many people are using it and it's building up and it's cost them a lot of money. So basically what it is you got to keep all the stuff that's on the shelf on the side. You got to look through it, just give a little synopsis and put it in there so it understands.
Yeah. I was not aware of that, but that's something I will consider because I have a lot of conversations that are on the side. I go back to them periodically, but
you can ask for a synopsis of put them all in one. Like if it contains the same subject, put 4 or 5 of them in one, do a synopsis of it, delete those 4 or 5 so it doesn't hold your memory up. And then it goes on to the side. Now you have that and just copy and paste. It's a lot quicker.
Well, that was worth the price of admission today.
Yeah, I tell you. I mean, I know a lot of little tricks, and that's just one of them because if you're on a paid account, like I'm on a paid account, right? You only get so many. I go about 10 or 11 hours a day on, say, ChatGPT. So I'm really pushing it because I want to build other stuff. I'm getting certain code from there. I'm getting certain code for the ones I built and the ones I built on my computer. But that one's not perfect yet because I've already trained ChatGPT, but you can also export everything from ChatGPT and put it into another brain. So, I mean, it's like people using APIs. I don't pay for an API. I don't pay for the service no more. I don't pay for any of the services. Not whatsoever. I get all access to all these things. And I don't use a free account. I use my own API, which is free. Like I said, a home server right here. Don't ask me how much it costs. Whoa.
I use also, I have a text, large paragraph, and I say, give me a 35-second text for a video. And I use that often. So I'm creating a lot of videos I never did before because it's so easy with AI to do it. So I take that and I go to a video, AI and say, here's the text, generate, boom, thank you very much. 10 minutes, I have a video. I would never have thought that 6 months ago.
Things have changed. Things have definitely changed over time. We see it all the time that things change. And here's the biggest thing. With AI coming into play, that's why I said, wait, people, they need to wake up before it's really here. Basically, that's why I'm putting this book out there to teach people. They can automate things. They can use things. It's systems. Put it into your business. Incorporate it. Now, I'm not going to crush on WordPress. I was using WordPress before, but I feel that's kind of a past thing. That's why I do a lot of SaaS, and people wonder, okay, what's SaaS? All it is a service as a software. Right? It's a software service, right? You know what I mean? Service that everybody uses. So I use that because it's HTML, it's PHPs, it's JSONs and all that different style of work behind the scenes. People don't need to understand that in order to do it because if they want to do it, they don't have to do the coding no more. I do all the coding by my hand because I don't want to be hostage to another service. I don't want to pay their service fees when I can build it myself. And that's why people hire me to build a service for them. I have one the other day. A guy says he's an electrician. He can't go into a place and just type in his phone and say, I need a quote for this. Here's what I need. I need 15 this, 20 of that, 15 of that, 20 of that. And I said, well, fine. Within 2 days, I built an app that you just type into it. You just, speak into it. And it searches the internet, the closest store near you, the Walmart or wherever it's got to be, Home Depot or anything. And it gives you the quote. Plus, it has the option of you could send it to the people for the quote. Within 5 minutes, you do it. Standing right at their house, you can do it right then and there. Sends the quote to them. If they accept it, you got your calendar involved. You got your other stuff involved. The payment solution there. They could pay. You got the time you could do it. Boom, you're ready to go. And then at the end, it gives them a thank you letter, and it sends a thing for reviews.
Well, we're almost at the end of the show. How do people get in touch with you? How do they hire you? How do they buy your books?
Well, my book, it's all over the internet. If you Google Robert J. Moore, you're not going to miss me. Second of all, here's the thing. If you want to hire me one-on-one coaching, this is my last year. Honest to God, last year, 2026 last year. Get me for the end of the year. I'll work with you. $5,000 up front, no matter what. We can do payment plan if needed. But the book is where it's going to be, man. The book, you'll get a free book when you do work with me. But I'll walk you through how to build the stuff in the book, how to put your business together with AI. You don't just have to be scared of it. You just have to learn how to just read it and implement it. You own it for life. You can take your time doing it. You don't have to rush. You learn the different systems. You learn what's out there. You learn what AI is all about. It gives you the simple structure of doing it. And I made it very simple for people to do because too many people overcomplicate things and then they want to use it to open a window. I don't want you to open a window with my book. I want you to actually understand it. And I did a lot of all in there. Also, I have Robert J. Moore, like Next Level AI Coaching. If you want to go that route for cheaper, not a problem. But you know what? Inside there, you actually get a free copy of the book, or you can buy it for $6.99 the download. So I'm easy to get a hold of. You go Robert at nextlevelcoachinginc.com. I'm all over the place. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Only ones I really reply to is Facebook and LinkedIn.
Okay, our guest today is Robert J. Moore, Moore. next level coaching. And Robert, every time we get together, I learn a lot, and I appreciate that greatly. I
also appreciate you. You're doing some good work out there, helping people out, different things. And also to the owner of the program here, the show, I want to say happy birthday to her, and respect. I got her. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure you're going to have another book shortly, and I'll love to get.
I'm actually thinking about not doing another book. I'm at 502 books. I mean, that's enough.
Well,
you never know. Someone like you might say, "Hey, listen, let's collaborate or something." Who knows?
You never know.
Maybe someone wants to do a Ford, or maybe someone needs a Ford. I mean, I'll do a Ford for them, no problem.
Yeah, that's what James Bond, never say never. Anyway,
I like to retire, but I'm trying to retire, but certain people won't let you retire.
I understand. Robert, thank you so very much. Really enjoyed today. Take care.
All right, appreciate you. All right, take care. Cheers.
I shall do my best. Red Laughlin here. We're signing off on the Corner Bookstore today on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. My next show in about 22 minutes is called The Wise Ones. I have a really interesting guest today, Tom McNulty. He spent some time in the Foreign Service, and it just I know him from several different areas here in the Houston area. We bump into each other at least once a month for lunch. So I think we really enjoy what he has to say. So today, have a wonderful day. I will catch you all next week. Bye now.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.